In this week's muscle breakdown, we're going to skip covering a muscle, and I'm actually going to cover a nerve, specifically the radial nerve. Well, what's up, everybody? Dr. Matt Maggio here, creator of the Peak Method and founder of the Soft Tissue Revolution, where we show massage therapists a new treatment method that allows them to easily double their income, all while working 50% less and being taken seriously as a healthcare provider. Back at it for one of my favorite and most popular segments, muscle breakdown. And as I said in the intro, we're not going to be covering a muscle. I've been doing that a lot over these last couple weeks. And if you haven't had a chance to watch those, subscribe on the YouTube channel, wherever you're watching that. I post that and share that content on there every week so that can go back and look. We've been doing these breakdowns for a couple months now, so definitely useful information from what I see. This week I wanted to cover specifically a nerve entrapment. So nerve entrapments are really common. So nerves have a long way to go when they make it through the body. There's over 256 different places in the body where muscles can get stuck to nerves. And when you have a nerve entrapment, it kind of presents like this with the client of numbness, aching, burning, and some tension. So I was doing some research on the radial nerve, and one thing that I did find is that the radial nerve is actually the biggest nerve of the upper extremity. It has a long way to go. So as nerves make their way through muscles, what happens is the muscles actually get overused, they get overworked, and they develop some scar tissue. I talk about scar tissue all the time. It's like glue that gets inside the muscle, makes the muscle weaker, makes it less flexible. So as the nerves are making their way down the whole chain in through the arm, then get stuck in different places. So nerves are built with like 15% of extra slack, like a rubber band. And then usually what happens is with poor postures, accidents, trauma, being stuck at a computer all day, lack of exercise, maybe too much exercise, what happens is all the nerves, they get overworked, and then it causes the muscles to get overworked, and then the body tightens up to protect that area. So where the radial nerve starts and begins is really deep, right at the scalenes. And mostly where I see that is like at the C5, C6, C6, C7, and C7, C8. And then what happens is it has to make its way down. And what it does is it takes a dive right under the clavicle, and then on the front part here of the armpit on the subscap is where those neural bundles form, and that's where the radial nerve goes. So a lot of times you'll get a client that comes in with some lateral elbow pain, and that's usually classically called tennis elbow. Tennis elbow is just a junk box diagnosis that doesn't know what's going on. And then you'll also have them come in where they might have some numbness and tingling in the web of the hand as well. They could also have some tricep involvement as well. So that's where your history really becomes important, where you start to ask questions of like, where do you feel it? What does it feel like? What is the quality? What is the severity? And what I find with so many therapists out there is they're just ready to jump right into the treatment, but getting a better idea of what's going on, because radial nerve components can actually cause a lot of problems. So I see this all the time in unresolved tennis elbow issues. I'm just going to say tennis elbow just to keep it, in a good order. But usually what happens is it gets caught up here in through the scalenes, and then it also gets caught on the subscap as well. So what I want to include this week in the training is showing me actually going in and breaking down some of that scar tissue on those scalenes, because then what happens is it gets tighter and gets pulled through here. And a lot of times you're going to find an entrapment in the extensors of the forearm deep to the supinator as well, and then you're getting symptoms down there as well. So being able to identify and find where that problem is can really help you fix it. So I'll link that video up right now. We're going to be treating the nerve roots at scalenes. I wanted to show here with the model, just so you can get a better idea of how the setup is. The key here is we're only going to be going a very short distance, but when these nerve roots are really caught up and create a lot of problems with overall functioning of the neck, can cause some pain down the shoulder, back through here as well. So symptom location is really key. And when you're seeing a limited test, when they're doing that upper cervical functional test, what's going to happen is it's going to refer some pain there. So if you can clean these up, it's going to make a big difference. So coming a little closer here. So the way that I'm going to set up is you're going to have the client right here, and the top of their shoulder blades will be right off the edge of the table. And then you're basically going to have your hands cradled just like this. And this, say we're treating the left side, so the top hand is going to be our support hand. So what I like to do is I count some landmarks from where we go, and then down. So we go down here, and the first one you're going to find is at C7. So I want you to go 7, 6, 5, 4. And that's where you're going to hold and cradle. And it's going to go just like this. And then you're going to bring the other hand around just like that. And then everything is going to be nice and supported. And you're going to be able to fulcrum and open that up. Because what we're treating in here is these nerve roots and the scalenes go over top. So this will really help you with the palpation. So we're going to create a fulcrum. You see how my hands are here, and what you're going to do is open it up just like that. You have a little bit of tension, and we're going to go in and feel on each one of these nerve roots, and we're going to find the area that's the least compressible because that's where that scar tissue is. So what you're going to do is sink in and see what you feel. So first you'll have the C5, C6, then you'll have C6, C7, and then C7, C8. Those are the three that you're going to work in there. So when you find the one that compresses the least, that's where you're going to want to treat. So the way the treatment is going to work, you're going to be in just like this, and what you're going to do is start them in neutral, and say we're going to treat the C6, C7. So we're right here, my thumb is here, and we're going to use the pads of our thumb to open it up this way. That's going to allow us to get in there. We're going to be nice and relaxed, and then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get some depth with a pec push into there, and then we're going to come out just a little bit. Normally we come out 10 to 20% when we're treating just scar tissue, but since this nerve is here and it's deep, we're only going to come out 5%. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to get your tension with a body lean like that. You're going to get right over top of that, and you want to pause just before that happens and hold that. And the way the motion is going to work is you're going to take this left foot, and this is going to be your push foot, and your right foot is going to pull. So what you'll feel is a slight push and a slight pull as I bring it through just like that. And we're not going very far as we go through because we're only treating that one level as we go in there. And only treating that one level as we go in there. So this is actually going to be what's called that internal slide. So when you set it up just like this, you're here, your depth comes with your pec push, your tension comes with your body, and you're gonna push with that left foot and pull with that right, and you're gonna force that to roll over your thumb, but you're not gonna move your thumb, and it's gonna come from there. So I'm gonna show what it looks like on an actual client. So once again, positioning, you're gonna have them come to the edge of the table, just like that, one more scoot back, so their shoulders are here and your head's gonna be cradled in here. First step you always wanna do is have them tuck their hands under their butt. It's gonna help everything relax. So say we're treating that left side like we said, this right hand is gonna be there. We're gonna go in and count. We're gonna have C7, C6, C5, C4. I'm gonna create that knife edge and just hold there and see how it's nice and supported there. From there, and now the next one we're gonna go in and we're gonna start to palpate those different regions. So we wanna use this thumb as a fulcrum to open it up as we're palpating. And we're gonna sink in first, and that's 5, 6. Just push with that pec and see, is that compressing or not? Then work our way down. That's 6, 7. And then we're gonna go 7, 8. In whichever area feels like it's not compressing enough, that's where that scar tissue is. So let's say this one's at C6, C7. I'm gonna start here nice and neutral. My arms are nice and relaxed on my side. And what I'm gonna do is take this right hand and push it into my left. That allows my thumb to sink in there nice and easy. Then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get some depth by pushing with my pec, and my tension is going to be that body lean. I'm going to be nice and loaded, and as we said, I'm going to push with this left leg and pull with the right, and we're going to go nice and easy, and I'm going to keep that pressure and that tension and let that slide over my finger. I'm not sliding my finger, I'm letting it come to me because that is internal slide, not external slide. So the key is palpate it under tension. Once it's there, you're going to fulcrum that in, nice and relaxed, and you're going to get that pec push for your depth and a body lead for the tension. And then you're gonna push with this left and pull with that right and have it go through just like that. Good. So I hope you enjoyed that video. And one thing I'm always trying to show and teach in my methods is getting to a tissue-specific problem about what's going on. And you can't do that if you don't know what is wrong in the first place. So the first thing we always train is asking 7 specific questions about what's going on and then trying to figure out, is it a bone problem, cartilage problem, disc problem, ligament problem, nerve problem, tendon problem, or soft tissue problem? Because once you know where that problem is, what's causing it, you can actually go in there and fix it. And nerve entrapments are so common and they get missed by so many practitioners. So if you have someone that's getting numbness, aching, burning tension, maybe they have some elbow pain, they have unresolved shoulder pain, even some neck pain, a lot of times that nerve entrapment is causing that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, a comment, a share. If you got anything specifically you want me to cover, send me over a message. If you want to get a link to our free training, learning how to think critically, figuring out problems, all that information's on wherever you're watching it. Share this with anyone that you know can help. And I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.